Hi, mate.
Welcome to the John Clarence Gomez Show, Nathan, Foley.
How are you?
Yes, Nathan is a former member of Hi-5, and here is the first question. What is the real Nathan Foley? Can you tell about yourself?
Me. I think what you see is what you get. I haven't really changed in persona when I got into the industry. I pretty much, what you see on stage is what you pretty much see at home. I think it's good to be yourself and not to pretend to be anybody else, especially when you're in the public eye or on stage or as an entertainer or performer. I think it's very important just to be true to yourself and be yourself.
What is your career before Hi-5?
Career before Hi-5.
Yeah.
I started performing pretty young. I was about 10 years old when I started performing. I was about 18 when I got into Hi-5. So I was doing a lot of club shows and doing a lot of corporate work and obviously doing a lot of big shows with orchestras and bands. So it was I had a pretty busy career before I even started. So it's after I left high school, the audition for Hi-5 came up and I took it, and the rest was history.
How's about auditioning in Hi-5? How's about?
There was about 5 groups
What's
of
the process of auditioning in Hi-5?
What was that? Sorry.
The process.
The process.
Yeah,
I thought you said it. What was it? Was it fast? I'm like, no, it definitely wasn't fast.
Yeah.
It was pretty much. I went and auditioned. I think there was about 2,000 people that auditioned for it, and they cut it down to 5 groups of 5, so 25 people. They put us 5 together, and our voices just gelled, and they sounded good together, and that was it. So we were chosen, and not too long after that we did the pilot, but we had to be able to sing, dance, and maybe play an instrument at that stage. So I think I was 18 or just turned 19 when I went for the audition for Hi-5. So a long time ago. Got a few more grey hairs since then.
What is your life when you are in Hi-5? It is very beautiful life when you are in Hi-5.
Oh, was it beautiful? I wouldn't say it was beautiful. I think it was a lot of hard work. I think there was long hours of filming, long hours of touring, and which kept us away from home a lot of the time. But I think I wouldn't have called it beautiful. I think I would call it rewarding in a way that we got to, obviously make a lot of kids happy back then, and a lot of parents at the same time happy as well. So. I think if anything, I would call it a very rewarding experience.
How many shows and albums that Hi-5 made from
How many?
From 1998 to 2008.
2008. Okay, so the time I was there, I think we did.
How many
episodes?
Seasons, episodes, live show, concerts, and discography CD.
Boys. We did 10. I did 10 seasons, so there was 45 episodes per season. So that'll be 450 episodes I did, and albums. We did an album per season, so I was a part of 10 albums. And then DVDs, well, they were VHS tapes back then. I think we started off VHS tapes. We did 3 per season. So we 30 DVDs, 450 episodes, CDs, 10 CDs, plus 2 Christmas albums. So that's 12 CDs. And I cannot tell you how many shows we did. We toured, a lot of the world. So I couldn't count. We're doing 3 shows a day, 6 days a week, for 4 or 5 months of the year. So I definitely can't calculate that one, but it was definitely a lot.
My favorite Hi-5 song and album is I Love You. And do you know the song, Wow, What a Surprise? Do you know that song?
Well, it sounds familiar to me, but it was a long time ago. So I can't. The thing is, when you do that show, you do so many songs per week that you tend to, everything starts to morph into one. So you tend to forget a lot of the songs from back then. But until they're played, and you go, oh yeah, I remember that one. But off the top of my head, I definitely can't remember.
What is the most best-selling Hi-5 albums did you have?
Oh, geez. I have no idea. I wasn't really behind the scenes with that one. All I did was record it and perform it. But I think if I had to think of the most popular CD we sold was probably our Christmas album. We and I wrote a song on that one as well, which was kind of cool, Groovy Christmas. But I think, yeah, the Hi-5 Christmas album was probably the most popular one.
What happens to Kathleen in season 9? Why Kathleen is not in season 9? And what happens to Tim Harding? Why Tim Harding is not on season 10? Because he was replaced by Stevie Nicholson. Can you tell that?
Yeah, well, Kathleen was quite an obvious departure. She fell pregnant, and she had a beautiful baby girl, so she obviously couldn't continue on doing the touring. And Tim actually had a motorcycle accident. Fell off his motorbike, and he was unable to perform for a bit. And Stevie came in to replace him for a bit, and then obviously I don't know what happened after that. I think Tim permanently left, and then Stevie stayed on for quite a while, even after I left. So I put in a good 10 years, but yeah, they were the reasons why Tim didn't come back, initially because of a bike accident, and Kathleen fell pregnant and wanted to start a family.
What is the last Hi-5 concert did you make? What is the last Hi-5 concert?
I think it was held at the big arena at the Homebush Bay in the Sydney Olympic Stadium. I think that's where we held our last concert, and that would have been back in 2019. Remember? No, not 2019. 2009, 2008, 2009. Yeah, 2009. So you know more than I do. See?
Yeah, because I watch Hi-5.
Oh, good. I honestly, I haven't seen Hi-5 in years. I've not watched it. I've not watched it for a long, long time. So I'm moving on. I've got other things now. I'm doing different projects. So I'm in the process of doing a movie and obviously recording my own solo album, which is going to be happening next month. I'll be finishing that off, and I've already got 2 singles out on Spotify and iTunes at the moment, which you should go and check out. But definitely not kids' music anymore. I hung up the boots for kids' music many, many years ago, and I just went back to what I used to do. Like I was doing a lot of my adult music and singing, songwriting stuff before Hi-5 when I was a kid. So it was good to go back to my old roots and get back to doing that.
After Hi-5, did you appear? You appeared in many musicals like Grease on the Beach with Charlie Robinson and Mamma Mia.
Yes. Yeah, Mamma Mia was
about what experience in that 2 musical.
Experience. It was once again a lot of hard work. We're doing 8 shows a week, and I was one of the main, one of the lead dancers in there, as well as understudy to a couple of the leads, and that went for about 12 months, all around Australia. And Grease on the Beach was for the Olivia Newton-John Foundation. Charlie Robinson, as you mentioned, was a part of that, and that was a lot of fun. We did that was like an outdoors version of Grease, which had a couple of celebrities in it as well that were with us. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. But also did Jerry Springer the Opera, which was after Hi-5, and then eventually I started traveling the world, jumping on the cruise liners, cruise ships, and doing my own solo shows with the big band. So I got to see a lot of the world again, but on my own accord. Obviously doing my own shows, not with Hi-5, but by myself, which was really, really cool.
What is your life after Hi-5?
What is my life after Hi-5? Yeah. I don't know. I guess what was that?
What is your career and life after Hi-5?
Well, as we just spoke about, I went into music theatre and went from that to doing more singer-songwriting stuff, writing my own music, and obviously traveling the world, doing the cruise ships and stuff. That's taken up a lot of my time. Obviously, the songwriting and the music theatre, and also traveling the world doing my own solo shows. But it has gone very quick, I must say. So yeah, it's been a hell of a ride.
How many countries do you visit when you are in cruise ship performing in cruise?
Boy, went everywhere. Went around the whole of the United States, Canada. Went to the Caribbean. Went to South America.
Wow.
Yeah, South America. Went to Mexico, Central America. Went to Europe. Went to France. Went to the UK. Went to the Maldives. Went to Fiji, Papua New Guinea. India. Went to India. Went to Indonesia. Went to where else did I go to? I went to Sri Lanka, went to Dubai, went to the United Arab Emirates, and went to, obviously Ireland's obviously a part of, and Scotland's obviously part of the United Kingdom. So went everywhere, man. So just all over the place. And I went to Iceland, to Finland. The only places I didn't go to was obviously Antarctica. I didn't go there. But everywhere else was great. And it was just, I had an opportunity of getting out there, and obviously I got into doing my photography as well, because I've got a few photography books that I've done of my own as well, which, has been a great way to document all my travels, and obviously one day for my son to look at back on and see what his dad and where he went to.
How about what is the experience in The Voice Australia? What is your experience joining the Voice Australia? What is your experience?
The Voice in Australia. They contacted me for quite some time for me to do the show, and I was kind of umming and ahhing because I wasn't really a big fan of the reality TV show platform. I've been in the industry. This is my 32nd year now in the industry. So I kind of was working my butt off to get to where I am because of that. And I just thought that the whole reality show thing was kind of a bit, planned, and it's a TV show. It's not really, where they can hone in and really look after you. But the reason why I did do it is I had a lady approach me, a young girl approached me, and she says, "Are you still performing? I didn't know you. I thought you stopped performing when Hi-5 finishes." No, I haven't stopped. I thought, geez, just because I haven't been on TV every day, people think that I've retired or something. So I thought, you know what? I'll go out there and I'll do a song and just give it a go. And I didn't go in it to win it. I didn't really care, but I went out there to say, hey, I'm still alive. I'm still out there. I'm still doing what I do, and I still love doing what I do. And that was the reason. But no, it was kind of fun. I saw a lot of people there that I knew, and a lot of people that were singers that I knew as friends. So it was good to get out there and showcase to Australia, that I'm still doing what I love to do.
Let's talk about your new song, She Devil and Together We Are One. Can you tell us, the listener of my podcast, about your new single, She Devil and Together We Are One?
Yep. Well, you forgot Hurricane as well. Hurricane's a massive song. I wrote, I've pretty much written my whole album already. It's been in the making for quite some time because of COVID. Everything's pretty much stopped people from doing what they do. So I just had a chance of finishing it. So I finished my album a few months ago, writing it, and looking forward to recording it next month. She Devil was just a fun little song that I kind of, I was listening to a lot of In Excess at the time, and the song came in my head, and I thought, I was watching some Netflix, and this old movie came up called She Devil. I'm like, that's a really cool name. So I just based the track around the name She Devil and did that. And Hurricane's a big song about pretty much what everyone's going through. And obviously I'm a big advocate for mental health and for people that are suffering through these COVID times and not being able to do what they want to do, and feeling stuck and confused. And Together We Are One is pretty much an offset of that, really. I had a couple of friends who I got involved with that They called me actually to be part of that. So the three of us put a trio song together and released it, and went to number 6 on the Australian charts, which is really cool, a few weeks back. And it's just it's been a great little ride. It's been quiet the last year because of COVID. You know, it's obviously stopped our whole industry, but at the same time, it's given us time to sit back and spend time with our families and really put things into perspective.
Can you encourage our listeners to listen to your new single, She Devil and Together We Are One? Can you encourage them?
Yeah, go and listen. It's on Spotify. Just look me up, Nathan Foley. You'll see all my music on there. I think there's about 5 or 6 songs on there at the moment. And just, go and catch my stuff. I think I'm on Apple Music as well and iTunes. But keep an ear out because there's going to be a new single that'll be coming out in the new year. And obviously the new album will follow after that. So go and catch it. It'd be good to crank up those songs in the car.
Let's talk about what is your favorite. What is your favorite food?
Favorite food, geez. I just actually was cooking just then before I called you. I just made a nice curry chicken. I love a good curry chicken, but I also love cooking roasts and having a barbecue, a good old Aussie barbecue. And I like to dabble. You know, the other night I made some spaghetti bolognese and make some good stir fries. And I pretty much dabble in anything and everything. So, but it comes down to, I think my favorite would have to be curry chicken.
What is your favorite movies and song?
Okay. Movies. That's a hard one. I like a lot of the 80s action films before, all the special effects and things came in. I liked, actually 70s as well, 70s and 80s action films. I think were the coolest because it was all about having, stunts and real people doing real stunts as opposed to this, computerized stuff these days. Sometimes it can go a little bit too far and it can be a little bit unrealistic. But I also love the 80s comedies. I think they're pretty cool. But then again, I like watching good old some horror films, and I actually like zombie films too, which is, my wife doesn't like me watching them. She can't stand watching zombie films, but I love watching zombie films. So it's a pretty broad spectrum, but if I had to go back to what I like, I think definitely 80s comedies like, Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder movies and, the action or the old Van Damme movies and stuff, if you want a bit of fighting stuff. But that's movies. But music, that's a very eclectic thing. I mean, I love all different styles of music, but I'd have to say that if I pinpoint my absolute favorite music, have to be like 70s soul. Like, going back to Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, all those guys. And obviously going back a little bit further, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, all those beautiful songs with the beautiful orchestrations and things. So I'm very eclectic when it comes to my entertainment. I think it keeps you fresh and keeps your mind a little bit more open, especially as a songwriter.
Here's the last question. Can you give some advice to many people who want to become a performer like you? Can you give some advice?
Yeah, sure. Do it for love only. Don't do it for money. Don't do it for fame. Don't do it for fortune. Don't do it for any of those reasons. Just do it for love. Because if you find work that you actually love to do, you'll never have to work another day in your life.
Thank you, Nathan, for guesting to my podcast. Thank you. And now, goodbye. Thank you for guesting to my podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Take care, mate.
Bye.
Bye, mate.